Hello again, everybody. Welcome to USA Wrestling Weekly. I'm Scott Casper. Here now this week's news and features from USA Wrestling, the national governing body of our sport. Well, the wrestling community came together on July 8th at the U.S. Olympic Training Center to celebrate the life of the late Lindsey Durlacher, the U.S. Greco-Roman star who passed away unexpectedly last month at the age of 36. Durlacher trained for many years at the U.S. Olympic Training Center. He won a bronze medal at the 2006 World Championships and was a member of the historic 2007 U.S. Greco-Roman team, which won the World Championships. Many of Durlacher's teammates and friends in the sport live in Colorado, and they came together in his memory. National Teams Director Mitch Hull opened the program and introduced the members of Lindsay's family that were in attendance.
There was one thing that was abundantly clear at that, is that Lindsay had an extended family that loved him dearly. That it was quite obvious also that Lindsay really loved his family as well. He's got two older brothers, Mike and Dave. Dave chose to serve this sport of wrestling as a coach. And not only coached Lindsay, but he's coached a lot of other talented athletes at Buffalo Grove.
National Greco-Roman coach Steve Frazier coached Durlacher at the World Championships and trained him for many years.
Not only across the country, for the last few weeks have I been receiving hundreds of messages and phone calls, but I've been receiving them from around the world. The one great thing about Lindsey Durlacher is he was an honest guy. He spoke his mind, and he didn't pull too many punches. And that's what I loved about him.
Among those who spoke about Lindsay were his teammates and friends from the Greco-Roman team.
We both went back to Chicago, saw his family. Rough, Paul Barrett, another best friends of yours, was tough for me. But he and his family loved him back there. And just want you guys to know that he loved you guys too, man. It's hard for me. I love the kid. He's like a brother to me. And I plan not. I'm getting emotional, but
you know what? I mean, we're here to talk about a guy that's came from the heart of the city, left the suburbs of Chicago, dropped everything to move out here and pursue his dreams, and not on any given day, but consistently could beat the best people in the world.
John Bardis, the Greco-Roman team leader from 2005 through 2008, was especially close to his fellow Chicago native. John provided an inspiring message about Durlacher's impact on our sport.
History was made by a group of young men and great coaches who were committed to each other and committed to never quitting and to never giving up. And Lindsey Durlacher, in my mind, epitomized that. We call him the Jewish Elvis, Juice. But the one thing we knew about Lindsey is he was on fire to win. And if you stood between him and that victory, you were going to have a fight on your hands. And this guy was full of life. And life is a beautiful thing, and I hope that we all get to see him again one day.
As is fitting, USA Wrestling Executive Director Rich Bender closed the official program with the announcement of the dedication of a tree and a bench on the U.S. Olympic Training Center campus. The dedications were the result of a combined effort between the U.S. Olympic Committee, USA Wrestling, and the Durlacher family. The bench is located outside of the OTC Sports Center 2 building, which houses the wrestling room, the weightlifting gym, the strength and conditioning gym, and USA Weightlifting. A plaque is placed on the bench recognizing Durlacher.
How fitting on the bench outside the wrestling room to honor Lindsay every time we walk by, to think of Lindsay. And I guess I'd like to also, again, thank the USOC and the family for making this day possible and this memorial possible, because Lindsey Durlacher certainly moved the needle for our sport and our organization, and we'll never forget him.
Well, the tree is located in a nearby courtyard outside the USA Shooting Building, just a few steps from the gymnasium in the Sports Center 1, where Durlacher competed in a number of major competitions, including the Dave Schultz Memorial International. A plaque recognizing Durlacher is alongside this tree.
The tree that's being dedicated to Lindsay right here, in memory of world bronze medalist Lindsey Durlacher, 1974 to 2011, Greco-Roman wrestling resident athlete.
Those who knew Lindsey Durlacher were able to share their thoughts and memories of this amazing man. He had a tremendous impact on many lives, and his life will be recognized forever at the USOTC, where he trained to become a world-class athlete.
Each season, Liberty Mutual's Responsible Sports Community Grant Program awards $65,000 to youth sports organizations and school sports programs that demonstrate their commitment to responsibility in youth sports. Your organization could be one of our 20 winners this season. It's easy. Simply visit responsiblesports.com and click on the Community Grant Program. Administrators register their organization with the program, then reach out to rally parents, coaches, and team supporters to log on and review either the Responsible Sports Parenting or Responsible Coaching Guide. Then complete the quiz and showcase your mastery of the concepts. Every successfully passed quiz is worth a point that you can credit to your favorite youth sports organization or school sports program. Connect with friends, family, and neighbors to rally more support. The teams and schools with the most points at the end of the grant period win. It's that simple. Watch the leaderboard throughout the grant season, then rally more of your supporters to increase your totals. Liberty Mutual is committed to celebrating and championing youth sports and to financially supporting organizations that demonstrate their commitment to responsible sports. Join the movement and start earning points toward your community grant.
Well, Roddy White of the Atlanta Falcons is known as one of the top receivers in the National Football League. Many may not know that the talented White was a two-time high school state wrestling champion from James Island, South Carolina. Recently, White visited the U.S. Olympic Training Center with 10 athletes from his high school. With White's help, USA Wrestling is launching a promotional campaign promoting the benefits of wrestling and football for athletes. We talked with White and USA Wrestling Manager of State Services, Tony Black, about the new football and wrestling initiative, as well as White's passion for the sport.
All right, we were fortunate enough today to get Roddy White to come into the Olympic Training Center. He actually came in last night and leaves tomorrow. The reason he's out here is USA Wrestling is looking to have a football player to wrestler campaign. We figured he'd be the perfect spokesperson for that. Clearly people know his football background, 3-time Pro Bowler for the Atlanta Falcons, but not everybody knows his wrestling background. He's a 2-time state champion in South Carolina, 2-time state runner-up. He's incredibly proud of his wrestling background. He gives a lot of credit of his success to his wrestling background. So knowing what the importance it had in shaping him, both as a football player and as a person, he brought his high school wrestling team, or his wrestlers from his high school alma mater, James Island in South Carolina, out to the Olympic Training Center. So we have 10 of his athletes from his high school here. We just got done with a photo shoot that we'll be using for promotional material for USA Wrestling moving forward. Hopefully it's the beginning of a great relationship with USA Wrestling and Roddy White.
Roddy White here at the Olympic Training Center, Pro Bowl wide receiver for the Atlanta Falcons with a wrestling background. You're out here in Colorado Springs working with the USA Wrestling Initiative to kind of encourage football players to get on the mat and wrestle. Why are you here for that?
Because I love wrestling, and all through my life that's all I did. Until I started hitting these growth spurts, I thought I was going to be a wrestler. So, I like to encourage people to do great things that's actually going to help them in their career. And, wrestling helped me a whole lot, in my football ability and my skills and my quickness and my hands, hand-to-hand combat and things like that, and balance and things like that. So it's really helped me and helped my game grow in the football atmosphere. And, I've seen a lot of success from that.
You started your wrestling career as a freshman in high school. You weighed 112 pounds.
Yeah.
And you finished your career at 189 pounds. So the skills you picked up from wrestling translated on the gridiron as you grew. What particular skills do you pick up as a skill position as a wide receiver that translate well to the football field?
Especially, just in wrestling, you always have hand-to-hand combat, and it's always, you always need to be on balance. And just at the line of scrimmage, going against DBs and things like that, you have to be on balance. You can't get knocked off of routes, and always hand-to-hand combat. So, coming from the wrestling mat to going straight to doing that, I had no problems adjusting to it. And that was something special about me, coming, out of college and things like that. They always see me getting off a bump and run, and, nobody can sit there and bum me at the line of scrimmage, which makes you a great player in the NFL.
What's it like for you to be here with USA Wrestling at the Olympic Training Center, really having the opportunity to give back? You've brought several wrestlers from your high school in James Island, South Carolina, to come check out the experience. What's it been like from their perspective with you and from your perspective with USA Wrestling?
Oh, it's been great for those guys to get in there and, learn from the guys that have done it at a very, very high level, especially on this mat, and those guys just learn from those guys and getting the opportunity to just roll around with those guys and just learn from them. And you know, for me, just being around these guys is just catching stories, you know, about their wrestling careers, and you know how some of those guys are four-time state champions and never lost high school matches and things like that, and they're out here and it's like right in front of your face, and you like, you know, that's that guy, you know. And you know, it's amazing, you know, because I'm a big fan of wrestling, and I see these guys out here, it's like I'm so shocked, and like this guy was like Roland was right there in front of me, like Roland was right there in front of me, and I was like, wow, this guy is a gold medal winner, you know, and I'm standing next to him. So, you know, I'm a fan of the sport, and I just love to wrestle.
You alluded to Rulon Gardner, who you met at lunch. You also met Henry Cejudo, 2008 Olympic champion. So in your couple hours here on the ground, you've met two of the most notable names in wrestling in the last two quadrenniums.
Exactly, man. Those guys are good people, man. And, you know, Rulon is a funny guy, and, you know, Henry's even funnier. You know, and, those guys are out there, you know, sitting down eating lunch with me at the table, and, you know, we're just cracking jokes and, you know, just having fun.
What's the best thing about being able to be kind of the figurehead of this USA Wrestling football program that, honestly, did it catch you by surprise that you were the guy that we were reaching out to?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, man. Anytime you get a chance to, you know, help people out and, you know, help especially with kids and things like that, and dealing with guys like that and promoting a great sport that sells itself in discipline and just being in the right spot and doing everything the right way to get what you want. It's a much needed, necessary for you to do that. And, you know, I just feel good about this whole vibe and environment that we're doing, and, you know, hopefully it takes off.
Do you think this will encourage some of those high school football coaches that think football first and
wrestling
everything else second, and to say, hey, wait a minute, there's some Pro Bowlers, there's some NFL players that are specifically
exactly, because wrestlers breed toughness, you know, and in this sport you have to be tough no matter, you know, what you do, and you know, to get those guys in here and get them out there on the football field, it's just amounts to success. You know, there's a lot of guys that have wrestled in the NFL that are very, very good, you know, football players and things like that. And it's going to continue to grow, and it's going to continue to get better, and they'll continue to wrestle and be great football players.
For the fifth straight year, USA Wrestling returned to Rochester, New York for its annual U.S. Beach National Championships. Competition was held in 5 different age groups, including competitors from the U.S. and Canada. The event, held on Lake Ontario, is part of Rochester's annual Summer Sports and Music Festival. Wrestling and many other activities were held, including a men's and women's beach volleyball tournament, a bench press competition, which many of the wrestlers entered, a new event this year, men's and women's beach pole vaulting, the U.S. Marine Corps' popular Chin-Up Challenge, and many more activities, including family time at the beach. 2 senior wrestlers won U.S. Beach National titles for the 2nd straight year. Repeating at 157 pounds was Brian Guilfoyle, who won all 3 of his bouts, including a 2-0 victory over runner-up Warner Buzik of Team Garth. Guilfoyle was champion last year at 155 pounds. Heavyweight Jamison Sacco won for the 2nd straight year. Sacco stopped Michael Delaney 2-0 in their championship bout. Sacco competes for Division III Western New England College and won the 298-pound title last year. Winning the loaded 74-pound division was 53-year-old Mike Maroney. Placing second was 2009 U.S. Beach World Team member Ben Johnstone, and 2010 U.S. Beach Nationals champion Colin Martin took third. The 2011 USA Wrestling Veterans National champion Jason Goldman of the Finger Lakes Wrestling Club won the 151-pound division with 4 victories. He was a Division III All-American for Binghamton 1996 and 1997. Other individual senior men's champions include Michael Gentlecore at 164 pounds and Mark Collins at 187 pounds. Alexander Yevdoshenko at 208 pounds as well. Winning 156-pound beach nationals title in the women's division for the second straight year was Brittany Gearing of Ontario, Canada. Two other women's champions hail from Ontario, including 124-pounder Sierra Carrere and Louise Ward at 135 pounds. Champions were also crowned on the schoolboy, cadet, junior, and veterans levels. Repeating as a beach nationals champion in the junior division was unattached Tristan Hammer at 165 pounds. He was champion last year at 160. Two athletes claimed gold in both divisions, junior and cadet. Sam Jaggis of Ontario, Canada won both the junior 25-pound title and the cadet 120-pound title. Hobie Strassner of Webster Schroeder was the junior champion at 140 pounds and the cadet champion at 137 pounds. Congratulations to all who competed there. This year, by the way, on the day after the U.S. Beach Nationals, the senior-level International Beach Cup was held. All of the athletes who competed in the Nationals were eligible, and competition was held in the 4 new international weight classes for beach wrestling. 3 wrestlers won U.S. Beach National and International Beach Cup titles on back-to-back days. Michael Gentilcore of Oswego State Wrestling Club won the International Cup at 176 pounds. Gentilcore was the 154-pound U.S. Beach Nationals champion on Saturday. He needed all 3 bouts, however, to win a best-of-3 series over Connery Wheaton of the G2 World Wrestling Academy. Gentilcore won by a 2-0 margin in the deciding 3rd bout. Alexander Yevtushenko of the Brooklyn Wrestling Club was a 198-pound champion at the International Cup. Yevtushenko was the 208-pound Beach National champion. He won his best-of-3 series over Mark Collins, who won the Beach Nationals at 187 pounds and did so in 2 straight bouts. A native of the Ukraine, now living in Brooklyn, New York, he trains under coach Viktor Kopczynski, who's coached heavyweight Carlos Domo to 2 beach world medals. Jamison Sacco of Western New England won the Cup in the over 198-pound division. Sacco won all 3 of his matches handily, including 2 by pin. In the tradition of other major wrestling events around the world, the winners of the top 2 weight classes agreed to compete in an absolute match. Sacco, the heavyweight champion, defeated the 198-pound champion Yevtushenko by a 2-0 margin in a hard-fought battle. Sacco was named the Mat.com Wrestler of the Week for his successful weekend on the beach in Rochester. Claiming the final men's cup title at 154 pounds was Joe Benaldi of the Spartan Wrestling Club. Benaldi scored a victory over 151-pound Beach Nationals champion Jason Goldman. Benaldi will attend Binghamton in the fall. Well, the National High School Beach Duels is another very popular event held in Rochester. Teams of high school wrestlers competed in dual meets in a round-robin format to determine who indeed would be king of the beach. The Empire Wrestling Club finished with a perfect 5-0 record to win the team title. The club is based in the Brockport, New York area. Well, in the key dual meet of the day, Team Empire edged Canada's team 5-4. Empire opened the duel with 4 straight wins in the lightweight divisions, but fans saw Team Ontario come storming back with 3 straight wins in the middleweights to tighten the team score. Empire clinched the win at 215 pounds when Jesse Kozub defeated Josh Kim, giving Team Empire their 5th win of the duel. The Empire Wrestling Club celebrated with their championship trophy. Team Ontario beat the other 4 teams in the round-robin format and finished second with a 4-1 record, and Team Titan Worldwide 2 placed third with a 3-2 record. Titan Worldwide 1 was the defending champion at this year's event. Well, during the Beach Nationals, USA Wrestling names its Beach Person of the Year, given to a person who's made major contributions to beach wrestling in the U.S. This year's recipient is Sharon Hall of Leroy, New York. Hall is a member of the local organizing committee that's hosted the USA Wrestling Beach Nationals over the last 5 years. She served as a head pairing official for the tournament twice and has paired the event every time the Beach Nationals were held in Rochester. Her involvement in beach wrestling is just a part of her long career of service as a USA Wrestling volunteer leader. She's worked as a pairing official now for 19 years and has been the New York State Pairing Director for the past 5. She's also been the New York State Kids Director for 4 years, as well as the New York Section 5 Membership Director. We salute Sharon Hall for her efforts to build beach wrestling and for all of her longtime commitments to all of us at USA Wrestling. Well, the United States had male competitors in both styles last weekend at the FILA Golden Grand Prix Finals in Baku, Azerbaijan. It's the concluding event of the annual FILA Golden Grand Prix series of major international events held each year. Given the top U.S. performance at the event and claiming a bronze medal at 264 pounds in Greco-Roman, 2002 world champion Dramil Byers. Byers opened the tournament with wins over athletes from Uzbekistan and Georgia. In the semifinals, he was defeated by 2010 world bronze medalist Reza Kayalp of Turkey. Byers bounced back to defeat Estonia's 2006 world champion Heikki Nobi in the bronze medal match 1-0-2-0. Byers won a silver medal in this prestigious event in 2009. Byers was the only U.S. Greco-Roman athlete to qualify for a medal match. Spencer Mango placed 7th at 121 pounds, and Jake Fisher did the same at 163 pounds, while Justin Ruiz was 8th at 211 pounds. 3 U.S. freestyle wrestlers lost in bronze medal matches to place 5th in their weights. They include 2011 U.S. Open champion Sam Hazewinkel, who lost a tight bronze medal bout to Kazakhstan's Ruslan Saksanbayev. Philip Simpson reached the bronze medal round at 145 pounds, only to lose to Turkey's Muhammed Akam. His other loss was to 2010 world bronze medalist and 2-time European champion Jibril Hazanoff. 2011 NCAA champion Dustin Kilgore of Kent State finished 5th in his first overseas senior tournament at 211 pounds. In his opening bout, Kilgore beat 2009 world bronze medalist Serhat Balci of Turkey. Kilgore's losses came to reigning world champion Hitag Getsimov of Azerbaijan and Russia's 2010 junior world champion Shamil Akhmedov. Stay tuned, there's more USA Wrestling Weekly when we return after the short timeout.
Wrestling fans, USA Wrestling has launched a top social networking site designed for you. USA Wrestling Nation is the latest innovation provided to the wrestling community by our sports national governing body, USA Wrestling. Post photos, blogs, and videos. Interact on boards. Keep up with your favorite wrestling personalities with USA Wrestling Nation. It's free to register. Join the thousands of wrestling fans that have already signed up and become a part of the USA Wrestling Nation at usawrestlingnation.com.
It trips off your tongue. Fargo Dome, the objective for so many teams and so many young wrestlers every year. Starting this weekend, all eyes of the wrestling community will be on Fargo, North Dakota, where the annual A6 Vaughn Junior and Cadet National Championships will be held. This year, there will be 7 tournaments held in Fargo, with the nation's best young athletes battling for national titles and All-American honors. There'll be a live webcast every day from Fargo with between 6 and 8 streams provided all day long. The webcast from the championship finals of each tournament will be called by USA Wrestling's Jason Bryant, with color commentary by Willie Saylor of the Open Mat. The entire webcast with all the live streams will be shown on the Mat.tv, USA Wrestling's new video portal. The homepage of themat.com will have the stream from Mat 1 and provide a link to all the action. Well, let's take a look at the schedule for the championship finals on a roll. Well, 5 wrestling legends, all former world and Olympic champions, will be signing autographs at the A6 Vaughn Junior and Cadet Nationals in Fargo for USA Wrestling's national sponsor, A6. They're pleased to present our history to tomorrow's stars. 2008 world champion Clarissa Chun starts things off Saturday from 6 to 8 on July 16th. Chun was 5th at the 2008 Olympic Games and has qualified for the 2011 U.S. Women's World Team. Chun has been inspirational to so many young women in this sport. Next up, 2-time Olympic champion, 3-time world champion Bruce Baumgartner. Well, the big man will appear on Tuesday, July 19th from 2 to 4. Baumgartner won 9 world and 4 Olympic medals during his amazing career and was a flag bearer for the U.S. at the 1996 Atlanta Olympics. A 1972 Olympic champion and 1971 world champion makes his appearance on Wednesday, July 20th from 5 to 7. Dan Gable was the most successful college coach in history at the University of Iowa, as well as a 3-time Olympic team coach. The 1993 and 1995 world champion Terry Brands will be available on Friday, July 22nd from 11 to 1. Brands won a bronze medal at the 2000 Olympic Games, and he is the assistant coach at the University of Iowa and a past USA Wrestling freestyle resident coach. 1992 Olympic champion Kevin Jackson, who won world gold medals in 91 and 95, will appear Friday, July 22nd from 6 to 8. Now the head coach for Iowa State, Jackson is a past USA Wrestling freestyle national coach. Well, they'll all be signing a large poster free of charge. Plan on being in Fargo. Make sure to meet these wrestling heroes and legends in person. As always, we want to thank each and every one of you for joining us, and we'll see you all right here next week for more USA Wrestling Weekly. Have a good one, everybody.